Folks, and welcome to my top 100 board games of all time. We're in the top 50. Can you believe it? We're already here, into the final stretch here. And, you know, I guess the games go up to another level now. I guess we'll see. The first one I'll talk about is a new one in my collection. It is Newton. Wow. Since my review of Newton, I don't know if I said this is going to be a top 100 game, but Newton has grown on me. We've played several times. We played the expansion, New Discoveries. I got a bunch of things by Cranio Creations, whoever put together. I can't see their name from this far back. But I got a bunch of like a new player board, some new cards for it. I got some upgraded bits on Board Game Geek. They had them for like $5. I was like, yeah, they had a flash sale on them. So I have really just gotten to play this game a whole lot since reviewing it. And it is beautiful. And it's one of those things that when it first came out, I thought, why didn't I get this game at the beginning? I think maybe I was looking at it, interested, but then, you know, just kind of got distracted by another game, I guess, and then just forgot about it over time. So now that's finally in my collection, I'm finally getting to play it a lot. Oh, mercy. I love the actions where you're playing these cards, taking the actions, then tucking one of those cards on your player board so that every round your actions get more and better and better. A lot of people focused on our last game just upgrading their bookshelf, which is very hard to do. But this girl had a Discoveries guy who helped her out, had some other good cards that helped her out, and she filled out an entire long ways. She filled out a few rows very early, and then she just started banking points. And you know, I had the lead for a little while, but every round she just kept getting more and more points because she got the bookshelf up early. And she just ran away with it at the end because there's no way either of us could catch up with her, me and my buddy, because it was his wife and she just soared. She just had the right combination of cards. I mean, any other given day, you switch that around, she probably wouldn't go with that strategy, but she did the right strategy at the right time and it worked. And that's why this game is just so incredible. And now the new edition comes with like the expansion to it. So now's the best time, better than ever, to go ahead and get it. I don't know. I haven't played with the extra little player board that came out. I can't remember what it's called. It looks like Italy there. It's really nice, but I just got it in and can't wait to play it next time. Next time I may switch out that board with the Touring Italy board. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, good stuff. You can find it on the website. Hopefully you won't have to pay $1 billion for shipping. Like I didn't pay that much, but I paid a lot for shipping. But that's just because I'm crazy about this game and a few other games that they had in their collection. I'll be honest. I ordered a bunch of little promos from them, but it's just a great game. Newton. Number 49 has been in my collection for quite some time. I thought it'd be the hotness, and it just kind of faded and popped away, but not for me. Taverns of Tiefenthal is still a great game, as you are. It's kind of a deck builder because you're trying to get out clients to give you more beer, to give you more gold, to use that gold in that beer to buy patrons and other cards that can help you out. So you're kind of building out your deck. You're also trying to clean out your deck by flushing out some of the crappy customers and getting better customers. This is another one of those games I told you that after you keep playing it, you know, when you get to the last round, you wish there was just one more round. I've never seen anyone go around the I can't remember what it's called, the rewards board, which I think is really awesome. Either we haven't figured it out or the game just doesn't allow you to score that many points. It ends at just the right time, just when you feel like you're getting everything going. Now, the expansion I think it's called Open Doors, is good. All but one of the modules, the innkeeper one where you're putting them to bed, that's the only one that we really don't play with. The other ones, though, I will play with every time. I think it's awesome. I insert the expansion in every time I play. So Taverns of Tiefenthal is just really an awesome game. We don't do I should mention when they roll the die, I think they do a roll, pass, and play and pick a die. We don't do that. We just roll our die and go with it. But other than that, these type of games that have a good look, are easy to play, have a different path to victory. I mean, I feel like a broken record at this point, but it's a great combination. If you just put a halfway decent theme on it, I'm going to love it. All right, so number 48 has been in my collection for several years as well. It just recently got a really beautiful reprint. I've been tempted to get Palaces of Carrara, the new edition, because it looks so nice. My edition, when I bought it from someone, he rooked me out of some pieces. He took the white bricks for some reason, I guess for another game, and he replaced them with white cubes. And I thought that's how the game came. I was like, that's weird because marble's the most expensive product. Why would it be white cubes? And then I found out, oh no, they're supposed to be bricks. The guy just sold me an incomplete copy or something. So I was pissed. And then someone showed me a place where I could just buy replacement parts for the whole game. And I bought some and I've been playing it ever since. It has this kind of like Dutch auction where, you can pass and every time you shift the wheel, these different color cubes get cheaper and cheaper. And eventually, though, you don't want to wait too long because someone's going to buy them. And when they do, you can also build these buildings. And the lowest color brick is the lowest type of building. So if you use all white, which is really hard to get, that's like the nicest type of buildings. And and this is another thing I love, you can only score once on a certain subject, whether it be a symbol or a type of building or whatnot, or a color building or whatnot. You can only score each one of those once in the game. You got to be careful when you score, and the game can end without you scoring that many. So you can't be just like waiting until the very end to score. Some of them on the main board are only scored once. First player to try to get that score gets it. No one else can score their red buildings. I've seen people sacrifice turns to score on a building that they wouldn't get much points for, but because they see that the other player would get buku points for that, so they go ahead and score just to screw the other player out of it. That is some deep strategy, man. If you're interested, the second edition is out, and does it look beautiful? I mean, that's exactly how reprint should look. way better than the original. You know, the original always will have its charm, and everyone may love it. But when you make a second printing that looks like the second printing of Klaus's Carrara, holy crow! I want a copy. I already have a copy, but I want a second edition. All right, so number 47. I believe I've said this before. I think this is my highest tea-themed game, and thank goodness it just got a reprint too. Yunnan. And Yunnan, you are, first off, it's kind of auctioning. You're doing an auction to get a bunch of bids, to get more men, to get more, to move your mule, to establish tea huts and stuff like that, roads, to get favor with the emperor, all this fun stuff. You're trying to establish this long tea trade line. And the longer your line reaches, the more victory points you're going to get every round. Did I say victory points? I meant victory points or coin, your choice. Now, at the very beginning of the game, the first half of the game, everyone's picking coin. In fact, 3/4 of the game, everyone's picking coin because the bidding is going to get nuts and it's going to be super expensive. And you want to upgrade all your stuff so you can get more powerful, to get more coin, to get more points, to ever. But the game, for us, the game always ends when one person goes, and it's usually me. If I'm going last, I go, okay, I'll take half coin and half points. Or I say, I'll take all points. And then the game is on. And it only lasts like 2 more rounds after that because then everyone starts switching and just taking points. And you've garnered enough money at this point to where money's not an issue. Now it's just getting points and racing toward the end. And I love that there's this slow buildup. The way we always play it is like this. It's slow buildup. And then once someone even splits their victory points and their coin, I know there's only 2 more rounds left because they're all going to go for victory points. And not every time, but a lot of times the person who converts over this fastest has definitely an advantage, but sometimes even wins. Not always, though. I did lose a game this year where I cashed in everything for victory points, and I lost at the very last round. The very last round, I couldn't gather enough points because someone made a really good move and scored buku points at the end. But this is just a solid game. I'm glad to see it's a reprint. It is very expensive. But I don't know. Maybe you'll get some gift cards, or maybe someone will really love you and get this game for you because Yunnan, my favorite. I like tea games, and this one is my number 1 game, Shining Tea, because you're doing a tea merchant selling line or something like that. Anyway, next up is a new game to my collection, even though it's not a new game, maybe a few years new. The company went out of business, I heard, but it's Encyclopedia. Wow. I don't know how I heard about this game, but you are rolling dice, and you're drawing dice out of a bag. The dice will be different colors, which matter, and then the pit value also matters. Not to say ones are terrible. Sometimes you need a 1, and so on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then when you roll your dice, then you assign them on your player board for other players to take, because other players can take your dice on their turn. Instead of taking one of their die, they can take one of yours. Now, you may know that. You're like, oh, man, I got so many good die to use, and someone definitely, I have to decide between these two, but I know this guy wants red, so he's going to take this red die because I don't see many red die came out this round. So what you do is you adjust it to where you're going to get, and if they take your dice, you're going to get bonuses most of the time. And so it's strategic to put dice in certain areas that when people take them, you get a little something out of it. It also prohibits other people from, I put a die one time, I can't remember what it was, but someone said, don't let him have it, guys. He needs that because he's about to do a research. And I needed one more. And they're right. I wanted as many of these tokens as I could get to help me in my research. So no one, even though people needed that die, everyone needed that die. They didn't get it. So I got to use it. It was a bonus for me too. But I love the strategy in that. The game is very simple to understand. I think it's thematic because you're studying about different species, but trying to get the same type of environment they work in, or the food they eat, or where where their habitats are. Because the most common thing you have can score the most points. Because you're studying one animal and anything that shares the same attributes of that animal. And this is the part where everyone kind of gets confused. You get a few victory points for logging, that animal into the encyclopedia. But at the end of the game, there's like this error majority for all these cubes of different, and you're not going to be that. And you probably specialize in probably 3 topics, maybe. I've never seen anyone get that many because it's kind of hard to build up and put your animals into the encyclopedia. But if you can get the majority in a lot of these, and I mean, get a lot of cubes in there, you can make some big points at the end. Just win this game big time. Now, I did hear that they were going to come out with an expansion for it, or they had one in mind. I guess that went away when the company went away. I hope someone picks this up. I hope someone continues making it. And I don't know what it would be, but I'd be very interested. I would say if you're a Wingspan fan, check out Encyclopedia, even though it's different than Wingspan, though. It's just, it has that kind of feel, though. That it's simple yet fun and very strategic. Boy. Encyclopedia is excellent. All right, number 45, been in my collection forever. And I think this may be the highest. I don't have my phone on me. I think it's the highest it's ever been. It is Celestia. Celestia is a game where you are taking turns being the captain and you're rolling these die. And hopefully you're going to play these cards to satisfy whatever the die roll is. However, before you even say if you can satisfy that or not, you ask if anyone, not you, if anyone wants to abandon ship. They can and get the victory points right then and there. Or they can risk it and see if I have the cards to satisfy it and then move on. And every level you move on, the point cards are more, the cards are higher in value. So you as the captain, if you have a bad card, you need to fake them and act like you have a strong one. Or maybe it's a double fake. You have those cards and you act all confident just to get people to jump out. I love this game. And just recently, I think for the first time ever, we finally made it to the end. I played this game so many times. It is so hard to make it to the end. Now, expansions for this game, I did get some promo cards, which I thought was really cool. But a little help is one that I think I will never not play that game. I think everyone should buy a Little Help. I can't remember what the other expansion is. It's okay. I would shuffle the cards in there, but it's got the little separate, cloud car, which is not really used that much, especially if you have all the expansions shuffled in together. But a Little Help is awesome because you can play some of your precious cards to help out the captain to get to that next rung. And that's the thing. Everyone, if they're staying on, they don't want to crash and burn. They want to go that next leg up. But this game is incredibly simple, yet incredibly fun and strategic to play. Celestia is awesome. All right, number 44 is the number one game, and one of my gamers, this is her number one game in my collection, hands down. They haven't done a reprint for it, and it makes her upset because she can't afford her own copy of Finca. Finca's great. It's got a rondelle, which I love. It's got these petals that you shuffle, so the fruit is in different spots, and depending on where people are, will determine how much you can get or how far you can move. A lot going on here, and you're using that fruit to buy these little farms on the land. And then eventually, when the Finca is revealed, when you get to the bottom of the sack, there's a little bonus, and whoever has the most of that, produce will get those victory points. It's a really smart game, and hoarding is not something you want to do because you want to keep buying as much land as you can or as much of these fields as you can because they can be worth victory points. And if you buy a level 6 field, it's 6 points. Level 1 field's only 1 point. Well, why would you just get 1 point? Well, first off, you can buy multiple fields sometimes if they're under 6 points. So a 4 and 2, a 3 and a 3, a 1 and a 5, you can buy together. But at the same time, though, if you get a 1 through 6, then you get a bonus token, which is worth a lot of points too. So I always try to go for that extra bonus. It doesn't always give me the win. Because you need to have majorities and allow the fruit too, and those field tokens count in some of those majorities there. But the last game we played, I lost every majority. That girl won. Never mind. I think I know why this is her favorite game. But I do have the little mini expansion with the rotten fruit and the Azul farmer. We play with a farmer, but we don't play with the rotten fruit. I don't like doing that. It takes away some fruit permanently from the game, which, to be honest, wouldn't hurt that bad. But I don't want anything to be a downer in this game. But I agree, this game needs a reprint. It's a fantastic game, just way too expensive. My number 43 is the best game on my list from Cosmos is Mercado. Mercado, you are basically digging in the bag, bringing up some coins, using those coins to get majority on some of these tiles to get victory points. Now, you don't want the biggest victory points because the victory points means you're moving around the victory point track. Now, the track is wherever you decide at the beginning of the game to start and stop it. So that way it's always different. There are certain spots that if you land on them, bad things happen. And then there are certain spots, if you land on those, good things happen. And then some that nothing happens to you. So, for instance, maybe there's a 7-pointer. Ooh, I like 7 points. But no, that's for where I'm at. If I can move 7 spots, I'll hit that bad spot. Nope. There's a 3-pointer. That's good. I'll avoid these 2 bad spots if I get 3 points. So you specifically go for certain ones. Or you go for a tile because it has an action on it. Or it lets you trigger something that impacts the game. Either helps you out or it hurts other players. This game is so much fun, and I tell this story just about every year, but this is the reason Cosmos, I guess, don't send me new games, because when they opened up their catalog to me a couple years back, and I asked for Mako, it's one of the games I asked for, in their catalog, and they said, oh, we're not promoting that. And then in my review, I said, well, they should, because it's the best game in their catalog. I still love Cosmos. No, wait. I think there may be another game that's higher. No, I don't think it is. No. This is the highest game in my collection right now from Cosmos. I think Cosmos does make a lot of awesome games, but that they wouldn't push Mikado. Maybe it was an older game and they just didn't want to push anymore. I think it's just a really smart game. It's a really smart game. Definitely check it out. I think you get it for cheap too. All right, number 42 is a game I think everyone knows. It's Coimbra. Coimbra is excellent. You are you're drafting die for their value and their color, because their color is going to trigger one of the actions in the game. So, and then their pit value is going to mean something too. And as you're also using these to buy certain cards in the game. It's again matching the color of the die, which I love there too. As you are grabbing different, I think the colors are orange, purple, and green, and so you're grabbing those type cards by paying guards or coin. And the game is so smooth and so much fun. You don't need the little fluff expansion called Royal Treatment. It's not really expansion. Just some extra halvesy die, which I'm not even play with anymore. The bales, which I play with them in the game only because I feel like I bought the game. I have to use it. And then the little dice tray. I hate that when they call it comes with the dice trays. This is big. No one's going to throw dice in there. So we don't really use much of that. But Coimbra as a base game is really, really good. A lot going on. I guess you'd call this a Euro game, I guess. I don't know. But I really like, again, there's a lot of strategies here, and you really don't know who's going to win until you add up the points at the end. That's another beautiful thing about it. Everyone thinks they have a chance for victory. I have lost this game greatly at the end because I thought, oh, yeah, I got this. And then I didn't see someone's in-game points just way shot over mine. But that's the beauty of the game. Coimbra is excellent. I think everyone knows about this one. Best game from that company I think I have. Can't think of the company's name right now. Anyway, number 41. Number 41 has a reprint. It's ugly as sin, but it's cheap. Council of Four. Simon made a reprint of this, and I think it's just such an ugly looking game. But the older edition, which is going to cost you more, I like the wooden meeples. I love the art. I bought a copy that came in, an older copy on purpose because I think the game is beautiful. This is maybe the highest it's ever been, but I have really enjoyed this game. Now, I think the new version did change a rule that's not broken in the old game. There's a really good way to get victory points at the very beginning, and it doesn't guarantee you the win, but it puts the win in your favor if you're the first to complete it, and everyone tries to complete it first. It's this really short, easy goal that gives a ridiculous amount of points, and probably shouldn't. I'm sure they fixed that in the new edition, but in our games lately, no one's been going for it. Now, this game is all about getting contracts, maybe bribing the council of four and grabbing these contracts and then building houses on them. But once you build a house on the contract, you want to build next to it, because every time you build next to another house, it triggers that action again. You get a special bonus when you build a house there. And next time you build a house next to it, you'll get that action and the old house. Then 3 in a row, 4 in a row. Well, why would you want to do that every time? Because you get big victory points if you build in all these sections or each different color house. That's how you can also get some very big points in the game. But of course, you're not getting those extra bonuses, which can really start rolling, especially toward the end of the game, and give you the victory. And now, I think the last game, no one really went for that the easy route, the easy big, that's like 25 points you get, which is huge at the very beginning. But because everyone likes getting those combos, it's nice to, even though the combos may not be the best way to go to, but everyone loves getting those combos when they start building a house, and it just triggers every reward that's connected to it. That is pretty sweet. I ran away with the last game we played by doing that. I had a really good hand of cards. Like I said, this game is very easy to play, and at least my version looks beautiful. I don't think the Simon version looks beautiful at all, but it's cheap and it's the same game and probably better. I don't know. So get it either way. All right, folks, that is it for now, but come back and I will do, just like Casey Kasem, my top 40 board games of all time. See you then.